This weekend wasn't your average weekend in the hockey world. Hockey Day Minnesota may have been hosted in St. Cloud, but the sport was being celebrated all through the country. Welcome into another edition of the WCHA Weekend Recap. I'm your host, Kirsten Krull. Let's start off the show by taking a look at the first ever outdoor women's hockey game on Hockey Day that was played by St. Cloud State in Minnesota Duluth.
It was an all-out dogfight up until the very end. Hallie Theodosopoulos netted her third goal of the weekend early in the first period to give St. Cloud State the early 1-0 lead, but Minnesota Duluth would bite back as Naomi Rogie lit the lamp 11 minutes into the second period. The game would remain a tie through regulation and into overtime, so this game was headed into a shootout. The shootout lasted 6 rounds, but it was Brittany Anderson who netted the ultimate game winner for St. Cloud State. Let's take a look at another WCHA matchup over in Ohio. It was a huge weekend for the Ohio State as they welcomed the University of Minnesota into their house and would end up sweeping the Gophers back to Minnesota for the first time in program history. Freshman Liz SCHEPERS netted the game-winning goal each day. SCHEPERS was able to break the tie Friday, giving the Buckeyes the 3-2 lead, which completed the third period comeback. In Saturday's matchup, the Ohio State scored the first 4 goals of the day, including Maddie Field, who netted 2 goals of her own that contributed to the 5-1 win. Bemidji State has been strong all season, but they really proved how tough of a team they are as they were able to compete with the top team in the nation, the Wisconsin Badgers. On Friday, the Beavers overcame a 3-0 deficit to force overtime. Freshman Paige Beebe was a huge attribute as she was the one who lit the lamp to tie the game 3-3 with just about 3 minutes to go in regulation. Despite the effort, the Badgers' Michaela Gardner scored about 2 minutes into overtime to give the Badgers the 4-3 win. On Saturday, the Beavers snapped a 13-game losing streak against the Badgers as they came away with a 3-3 tie. The game on Saturday headed into a 5-round shootout with Brett Pettit scoring the shootout goal. The Beavers are the first WCHA team this season to take a point from the Badgers.
Hockey Day Minnesota may have come and gone once again this year, but one thing that remains is the love for the game. I'm going to go rewatch some of the games from this weekend, but I'll see you all back here next week. Thanks for watching.